checking on our chat. Let me, I have started recording. Today I don't have a secondary monitor, so I cannot show you my blank screen, but still we'll continue from. So what is storage account? Simply I can say that I can store anything on Azure with that will be durable, secured, and managed data will be there in my storage account. Right? Just a minute, guys. Needed to attend this call. It's quite urgent. Plan away. By class ले रहा हूँ थोड़ी देर फोन करूँ. हाँ. 60 rupees वाला. 60 rupees. ऐड को करके देख. ऐड को वाला सही देता है. सस्ता देता है. ऐड को. हाँ. ऐड क्या स्पेलिंग है? AECO ऐड को. AAC. हाँ. ACKO. हाँ, ये थोड़ा सस्ता देता है. बाकी देखना पड़ेगा. मुझे याद नहीं आ रहा है. रिकॉल करना पड़ेगा. चल ठीक है, कॉल करता हूँ. Sorry guys. All right. We have three types of data. If you guys remember that we have talked about three types of data. One is structured data, another is unstructured data, and another the third one is called a disk or file share. Right? Any doubt here so far in this slide? Any doubt, guys? Okay, that's cool. But any doubt on this slide? So we have structured data, unstructured data, difference between structured and unstructured data, and another type of storage is a disk and file share. Any doubt over there? No? Perfect. Let me go on next topic, which is Azure storage account. We have seen that we have four types of services in a storage account: a blob storage, container storage, file share storage, table storage, and queue storage. Being an infrastructure administrator, we will be only worked on container storage and file share. This is generally done by developers, so we are not going to use this one. But I'll give you like a basic example how we use these tables and queues, right? And what's the difference between the file share and container we have seen yesterday, right? When we create a storage account, whenever we create a storage account, we have two types of storage account in terms of performance. In terms of performance, we have two types of storage account. One is standard, another is premium, right? Any doubt so far? In a standard and premium, do we have a doubt? No. Perfect. All right. Then we have seen the version. Actually, I have skipped that slide because the legacy version is not available now. It is used to be earlier. So whenever we create a storage account, we get only type 2 storage account. So let me show you that where we see the versions earlier and how do we see the versions. So earlier we had version 1 and version 2. Version 1 is a legacy storage. Now it looks like this. When we are creating storage account, in the basic tab we need to create a storage kind version 1 and version 2. This is version 1 and this is version 2, which is not available as of now. So if I create a storage account, right, earlier we used to get a storage kind. Nowadays we don't get storage kind. In the basic page itself, if you scroll down, you don't see that storage kind. So it is by default taking a version 2. So this is by default version 2 storage account. we cannot choose version 1 from last 3 months. It is not available. Earlier we choose to choose the types of account. There is not much more difference between version 1 and version 2. Just for interview, who is waiting in a lobby? Someone is missing. Shravanti is missing. All right. So what happened that earlier when we are choosing version 1, the version 1 will not have all the feature which is they introduced in version 2. All the new features they are introducing version 2, and Microsoft was keep pushing us to use the version 2 from long back. They wanted us to use a version 2. Okay, someone is trying to get in the meeting. All right, so it's strongly recommended to go for version 2 because version 1, if you have an existing version 1 storage account, that will be get deleted soon, or will not, service will not available soon. So you have to migrate version 1 to version 2. And for the new deployment, you won't see that version 1 you will able to deploy. So where you can see the versions of or where you can see the version of your storage account. So whenever you go to your storage account, you will see the kind here, storage kind. Can you see that storage kind? That is where you can find out whether you are using version 1 or version 2. So if you are version 1, migrate to version 2. Soon my version 1 will be not available. So let me go in this one and I'll show you that I think this will be version 1. Can you see that? This is a version 1, old storage account which I have created. Alright, here I can find out change kind and I can change to my version 2. Guys, get the good internet connectivity. Okay, alright. So what I was saying that this is what we can change. We can upgrade storage account to version 2 if you are using version 1. So this option, change option, you will find out in version 1. But if you go for the version 2 storage account, you won't see that a change option will be there. Got it, guys? Any doubts here in versions? What's the difference between version 1 and version 2? There is no difference at all in terms of performance, but in a backend hardware it will be different. So Microsoft want to get rid, want to get delete the version 1, so they are pushing to go for the version 2. Okay. So any doubts so far in versions of storage account? I will cover that specialized structure unstructured data. I'll cover that one later on. But do you have a doubt so far? No? Perfect. Now going to next slide, what are the things you will see in the difference of version 1 and version 2? In version 2, you will see the access tier, hot tier, cool tier. In version 1, you won't find out that there is access tier. So definitely this version 2 is having more feature. And all new features like soft delete and versioning, uh, or maintaining the generalizing that versioning part, that all will be get introduced on version 2. There will be no introductions of a new features on version 1, right? Then coming to new types of storage account, it is not a new type of storage account. So whenever we create a storage account, we see the four services: the container, file share, queues, and tables. But I want the specific storage account for the container service. So when I'm creating a storage account, okay, let me create storage account. So when we are creating a storage account, we in the basic we provide a storage account type. So if you go for the standard, you will get all the four services: stable, queue, file share, and container. Also four services. But if you go for the premium, you need to choose what kind of a premium service you want to use it. Either you want to store a disk, so then you go for the page blob. If you are using a general purpose data, unstructured data, you will go for the premium blob. Or if you want to go for the file share, you can choose a file share. This is what you have to choose when you want to go specifically for the specific service. So let's say that I'll go for the page blob service. So I'll go that. Okay, let me go on. Yeah, I'll just create a premium storage account. That will be only blob service. Premium storage account and only blob services. So in a premium, you have to specify what kind of service you are using. But in standard, all four will be available. So let me give it this way. So if I am creating a standard storage account, I'll be having my container, file share, table, and queue, right? But if I want to deploy premium storage account, so whenever you're deploying premium storage account, you need to specify what kind of premium storage you want to have it. Premium storage. You need to define what kind of storage account you want to have it. What is the purpose of premium? So premium will be going to provide, guys. It's quite annoying. Every time I have to admit you guys, please get a good internet connection. If you are facing a trouble with Microsoft Teams, then what we can do that we can use a Zoom. But only problem with the Zoom that every 40 minutes we will get disconnect. We have to rejoin. What do you prefer, Teams or Zoom? No, no, that's okay. I understand. I understand. Power cut happened by Mahesh. That's exceptional case. But I have frequently seen that people are having trouble with Microsoft Teams. So are you? I just want to know that whether is it Zoom will be okay for you or Teams will be okay for you. Okay, Shravanti says Zoom. Only problem that we are using Zoom basic license, free license. Perfect. So we are using Zoom free license, so that will be connect for 40 minutes, and after disconnect, I will share it again. So then we'll connect another 40 minutes. Will it okay for you guys? We have to connect two times. Okay, okay. So tomorrow then we'll try with the Zoom, right? Tomorrow we'll try with the Zoom and we'll try to get. Okay, Kiran says anything is fine. Perfect, Kiran. All right. So tomorrow we'll try with the Zoom and see that if you are getting the same problem for disconnecting or not. If you don't have a problem, then we'll continue with the Zoom. Otherwise, we'll jump to the Teams if you have the same problem, disconnection or problem. Then you have to look for internet connectivity. Right? Someone is typing. Okay. All right. I saw the message. All right. So when you are going for a premium storage account, you need to specify the specific purpose. The premium storage account give you high IOPS. So you cannot ask for anything, whether you need to provide specific reason why you need a high IOPS. I need to use a container service. All right, you need to use a container service, but for what? What is the purpose of container service? What is the purpose of container service? Are you want to use a page blob or a block blob? I say that I want to store a disk, so I'll be using a page blob, right? I'll be going to store my virtual machine disk, so I'll be using a premium storage. So then you have to create a specific storage account that will have only container feature, and you can upload only the page blob there. If you want to upload a general purpose storage account, then you need to specify as a container. In the container, you need to specify that you require a block blob, right? Then you can upload any data, PDF, data, movies, doc file, log file, anything, right? This is only two features will be available in terms of container. You won't get the append blob in the premium storage. You won't get it. All right. Another things you will get it in file share. You will get a premium storage account for the file share, specific file share, right? So you can mount it multiple places. The only thing is that this storage account will have only file share feature. You won't see tables and queue in the premium storage. So let's deploy quickly. We'll see that I'll create one storage account. I'll say that premium premium str for test one. Right, we are creating test one, and the test one we are creating premium storage, and we are using only blob service, page blob, that will going to store only disk. And if you see that the premium doesn't support GRS, it's always local redundancy. The premium storage, this storage account, this my standard storage account will be having LRS. Someone there. Right, I will have LRS, I will have a ZRS, I will having the GRS, I will having RAGRS, I'll be having the GZRS. All those things will be available. I'll be having the RAGZRS. Those will be available all in only standard storage. When you go for the premium, you will get only LRS. You will get only LRS in the premium storage account, right? This is what we see here. Now let me create a new storage account quickly. What are the missing part? Okay, all good. I am creating premium blob share, sorry, page blob. I just create a storage account. Okay, let it initialize. It got submitted. Now let me create a new storage account again. This storage account will be my again premium but page blob, blob. I'll quickly show the difference between this. Here also you can see that ZRS and LRS. There is ZRS available, but it is depends on the region where which region we are choosing. If you go for the India, right, if I go for the India region, Central India, I won't find out a ZRS there. See, I don't have a ZRS. So let me give a name, premium str test 2. And let me create another storage account which will be a file share. That will be the premium again, but that will be my file share premium. Alright, I'll just give a name called premium test 3, and I'll be creating file share. I just want to show the difference. There's not specifically functional difference. It will be just a different display difference. So if anyone says that interview that what could be a difference between standard storage and the premium storage, you can simply say that in a standard storage you will get a better performance. Sorry, in a standard storage you will get a standard performance, but in a premium storage you will get a premium performance. But whenever you deploy standard storage, you will have the all four services: container, file share, tables, and queue. But if you go to premium, you need to define which kind of service you want to have it, whether you want to have a file share to premium file share, or you can deploy another storage which will be premium blob storage, page blob, or blob. You will not have the tables and queue in the premium storage. Make sense, guys? Alright, let me show that storage account which we have created. First, I'll go for my premium test one, which is have created premium performance, and this is LRS, and we have created for page blob, if you guys remember. So you won't find out here apart from container. Can you see that? This is a container service. And if I create a container, let's say that ABC container, and I'll open it, I'll upload some data. The strange thing is here that, okay, let me upload this PDF. It won't allow me to upload. Why it says that you're uploading PDF files? That is not a page blob. For uploading a page blob, you required a VHD disk, hard disk. Then let me try to upload the hard disk. I'll go to my Hyper-V, which is my on-premises disk. I'll go for the disk, hard disk, and I'll choose any hard disk here. You can see that it doesn't give me error over here because the file format is a page blob in this VHD. Make sense, guys? Any doubt? What's a page blob, and in the premium storage, if you try to upload in a page blob container a normal file apart from a disk file, so it will give you error, that this kind of error. Let's say that I'm giving the normal file. So this is again the page blob. I will go on desktop. I'll just upload one. image file. It says that okay, your file which you are trying to upload must be aligned with 512 boundaries, that is the page block boundaries, and that will be not allowed. Alright. So can we change to block? No, we cannot change to block. Same way, if we try to go for the storage account type test2 which we have created premium and the container service, and this is what we have specifically created for my blob. So if I try to upload a normal file, I can easily upload, but I try to upload one VHD file which is my in D drive Hyper-V disk, let's say that disk. So it will allow to upload, but whenever it will get uploaded, it will be get uploaded in my blob. I can change to page blob. This feature will be available in my premium the blob storage kind of. The blob storage will be available this feature. Make sense, guys? The difference which I have why I have deployed this kind of storage. You will have a premium performance, and that will be LRS. Any questions, guys? Sorry, can you speak the question again? Page block? No, you can upload as a normal file. That's not a problem. So what happened that, let's say that I am uploading a VHD file. This is my VHD file. Alright, this is my VHD file hard disk. Ideally, I should get upload in page blob if I want to access on Azure storage. That should be a page blob, but I can upload in blob format. I can upload. The problem with this, when I try to attach with virtual machine, if I have uploaded as a blob, it won't work. The virtual machine won't understand the blob as a disk. You should have a page blob to access virtual machine from the virtual machine, that disk. Make sense? It will treat as a normal file. Got it? Let me repeat again if you not got it. If you uploading a file, .vhd file, right? This is the .vhd file you have. If you upload here in the blob, it will allow to upload. It won't restrict you. Okay, don't upload with the blob. You cannot do that. It will allow. It won't restrict you. But a problem with that, when you deploy a virtual machine, and from the virtual machine you want to attach as a disk, right? This file you want to attach as a disk, it won't work. It says that file format is doesn't support it. Blob is not supported for attaching as a disk. You should convert this file to page blob. Then you re-upload from on premises as a page blob. Then you can upload, you can attach. Then it will going to work. Or if you don't want to use a different storage, you can use the same storage. You can use the same storage, but while uploading, you need to mention that this is a page blob file. Then you can attach it to my disk. Then it will be work. Make sense? Is it clear, guys? Can you repeat your question, please? Uh-huh. Okay. So what I got your questions? What you got? What I got your question? Can we upload normal file .pdf and .pdf in the page block? No, we cannot upload it. It will give you error. If you try to upload, it will give you error that okay, you cannot upload because the page blob have a specific 512 bytes of their file system. There's a file system of every file. There's a blocking of files, so it having a pages of 512 bytes, which our file doesn't support. Normal file doesn't support. Only VHD file support. So you won't able to upload in the page blob container normal file, PDF file, document file. You won't able to upload it. I'll just show you again. We'll try to upload in. This is what we have. We have created storage account, V2, premium storage, and we have only container service. If I try to upload and go to advanced option, I don't find out here blob or append blob option. I only see that page blob option. Then I'll choose any file apart from the page blob. This is VHD all a page blob file. I'll go in normal file. Let's say that this file or this PDF file. It will give you that error. And if you say that okay, push it, upload will be gray out. You cannot upload at all. This is what you have a question. Okay. Whether we can upload journal data instead of disk? No, we cannot upload. This is what I want to showing right now. All right. Let's see third type of storage. We have a third type of storage which we have created. Premium storage test 3. This will show you only file share. All right. And guys, be careful with this premium storage. Be careful with the premium storage and if you are using file storage. The reason whether you upload data here or not, if you are using premium storage and you provide, let's say that ABC container and you provide capacity 100 GB, it will start charging you right now. Whether you upload data inside or not, doesn't matter. The premium file share will charge you once you created file share. So it will charge you 100 GB upfront. So be careful with file share service in the premium storage, right? Normal storage, standard storage file share won't cost you upfront, but the premium file share will cost you upfront. Whatever your size will get created, even you don't upload any data here, right? Any questions so far, guys? Is this diagram is clear? Whenever you're creating a premium will be having the page blob specifically, file share specifically, and the blob specifically. You can achieve the page blob here also, but this is not recommended. You should go for only blob only, right? When this is with respect to the premium storage, and all premium storage will be only regional redundancy within the same region. It won't be allow you geographical replications. Here we can have a GRS, RAGRS, ZRS, RAZRS, right, in the standard. Also that we need to consider that the costing of standard will be very less compared to the premium. Whenever you want to see the costing, you need to go on Google look for Azure pricing calculator. Look for Azure pricing calculator, and there will be a Azure pricing calculator. Looks like this. This is Azure pricing calculator. This will give you general pricing. Let me delete my old resources which I have calculated price. I'll click on storage account. I have added for my storage account. If I go for the 1 TB, let's say that I want to go for the 1 TB, right? 1 TB general purpose 2 or general purpose 1. So general purpose 2, 1 TB is costing me $21. If I go for general purpose 1, it is costing me $24 rather than $21, right? You can see the pricing difference. So general purpose 1 is expensive, but general purpose 2 is little bit cheaper. And the performance we are using right now is a standard. If I change it to premium, this 21 become 153 for the 1 TB. You can sense that this is too expensive in a blob. If I go for the page blob, it is per TB cost me $46, right? Let me go on the premium side. It is costing me 1 TB, one disk. Okay, I can let me go on 1 TB. That's $135. So you need to calculate the cost, how much is costing you. Let's say that we're going for file share and we are going for the hot tier, right? It will cost me approximately for rest data 28 for snapshot. Let me not go on snapshot. I'll not have a snapshot and I'll go for the 1 TB. $21 metadata size rest. We will not have the metadata rest. It is going to cost me approximately $29 in hot tier. If I go for the premium storage, it will cost me 100, and this will be cost you upfront. Believe me, this will cost you upfront. This having specific, I just want to show you that. Alright, so the line which I want to show you is not here. I'll show you. So what I want to show that it's mentioned that it will cost you upfront. Alright, so you need to look for pricing calculator, Azure pricing calculator. That will help you to understand what are the different pricing for different features. Let's go on. Let me delete this one, otherwise it will cost me. Alright, something perfect. Now let's after checking the different types of storage, right? After checking the different types of performance storage in terms of standard and premium, and what are the differences in terms of the V1 V2. Whenever you deploy the Azure storage account, that have some naming parameters that I will show it right here. Where I can show this one. This one will give you a clear picture. Let me make it zoom, and I'll have it a pen here. So how do you remember your storage account? So let's say that my storage account name is myfen, and container will be, I have created container 1. I have created container 1, and there will be file called, this will be perry.jpg, nick.jpg, and it will be blob or append blob, doesn't matter. What could be naming convention? So first your URL will be https, then your account name. The account name will be my fun storage, then this will be always common, co.blob.windows.net. If you are using container service, blob service to storing a data. So blob will be always there next to your storage account. Then co.windows.net, this is common name for the storage account. Then your container, then your blob name. Make sense? Easy to remember, right? Same way, I'll just go that on behind. If you are using file share, if you are using blob, we know that okay, my storage account name dot blob core.windows.net. This is one part. If you are using table, then you will have the your storage account name. Then here it will be changed to table. Then it was part of the same will be core.windows.net. This will be always common. Core.windows.net will be always common, guys. You can sense that. I'll just make it a bracket. This will be always common. Core.windows.net. Then after that, if you are using blob share, then will be your container name. Your container name will come. If you are using file share, then your file share will be here. File share name will be here, right? And if what kind of service you are using, they can find out with this before core.windows.net. There will be subdomain blob table queue and file and your storage account. Any doubt, guys? Here? Any doubt, guys?
No, sir, not at
Are you sure?
all. Yes, sir.
Okay, there is something outage on Azure. Right, good, right time. I'll just show you one of my brother have sent me there's an outage on Azure. How it looks like that is generally we don't able to see that outage. So I'll show you that outage how it looks like. So this is a tweet from the Microsoft Azure status support status, and they say that hey, our engineering is reported outage related to virtual machine. More information will be provided shortly. So there will be a outage on Microsoft, and they have given a tweet. They explain that why this is my service is not working, or where you can see that those outage, which region got impacted. So you can simply search on Azure outage, and there is a website called status.azure.com. It will show you that what is outage, right? Here you can see that they are giving the status of outage, and all the region, all the Europe region, India region will be having outage. This symbols the outage of virtual machine. Status.azure.com, and you can see that the green tick mark which is available. The virtual machine which is not available, there is some problem from the Microsoft. There will be showing the as an example this sign. So let me inform my team. So this is outage. I need to inform my team they should start working on that part, or customer might should not be shut. All right, guys. So did you got it? Anything from the Microsoft is down. How do you come to know that? You will go for the status.azure.com, and there you will find out what are the services outage on that which region that you will come to know. Right. So this is how you come to know. Guys, just give me 1 minute. Let me inform my team members so they will start acknowledging the customer. Otherwise, they will get panicked. Just 1 minute, please. Yep, Kiran. So you can inform your customer that or your company that this is outage. All right, guys. Let's. Okay. You can't do anything, Kiran. You can't do anything on Kiran. This is from Microsoft. Microsoft is already started working on that. You can't do anything. You just need to inform your customer if customers panic. That is, you can say that disadvantage being in a cloud. The things is not in your hand. It is in Microsoft hand. Okay. Just a minute, guys. Let me close the window. All right. So let's move to next thing in the presentation which I need to cover today. Apart from the URL, hope you got to understand that how URL get created on the Azure Storage account. Next is that Storage Explorer. So we have seen the Azure Storage Explorer. Couple of challenge here and there with the Storage Explorer because the Microsoft keep changing the Storage Explorer. So let me log in with my ID, and I just want to show you that how the tables works on Azure. Okay, this is what I have already authenticated. Let me go here, close this one. I'll allow only my tenant. All right, I can see the multiple storage account or will be get fetch here, so soon it will be there. It is loading from my subscription, and this is what we already have. So I'll go to my this storage account, class demo, and I'll be using my one of a service which I just want to show you a little bit a table. So far we don't have any table. We can create or we have a table, couple of tables we already have. I have created last time. So this is what the table looks like. right? It is just like a tables looks like. Okay, there will be a rows and columns, and this is what we can edit. Let me create a new table here. Okay, I'll be just create a new table. What are the values you want to keep it in the tables? You can keep it here, or I can simply go and create a table. Let's say that Samit demo table I have created. There is nothing right now. I'll go add columns and that. This will be, let's say that add property, employee number. Will it be string, binary, bool, just like your normal tables? And another property, I'll just have it that employee name. I'll just have it this table. Now, if I want to add the values, where is my that? Got reflected or not? Already exists. Alright, anyways, so usually developer works on a table, so we don't work on a table. I just want to show you that how table looks like. It will be simple rows and columns, and where you can edit the properties, add characters, values, you can do that stuff. Right, I need to write a query that employee number. You can see that the employee number is there. If I want to add a value, I can add a value. I'll have another queue if I wanted to have it. So this is how I can have it the entire query. I can do import, export tables. So it's just like Excel and semi-structured data. Alright guys, and the queue will be, I think I won't be have any queue. Let me create a new queue. Queue will be not as a demo queue. Yeah, just create a demo queue. And it will just have allow to create a messaging, what kind of type message you want to keep it here. That is generally get it done through the, we generally don't provide a text messages manually, we don't write it. We generally do it from uh, applications, automatically get application write the test and application write the message will be here code something, and it will get expired in 7 hours. So that can be possible. This is what we generally do. So this is what a message to you, and this is got ID. All right guys, now after that we have seen that SASCII, we have seen a blob storage in details. What are the types of data we can upload on a blob storage? A page blob, blob, append blob. All right, this is what we have already discussed. What's the difference between page blob and blob and append blob? What are the use cases of this? All right, this is what we have already discussed, and how to upload the data. We have talk about the access tier, cool tier, hot tier, archive tier. This is what already we discussed. Okay, one thing which I have not covered, I'll just show you right away, that the life cycle. So let me go on storage account and upload any data. Okay, there is some file still there. So this is a file right now in hot tier. But if let's say that I generally upload my all data in a hot tier, so that will be costing me, because I am uploading in a hot tier. That will provide me a high accessibility. But sometimes what happens that data we are not using from last 30 days, that I want to convert to this hot tier to cool tier automatically. How we can achieve that? There is a cycle, life cycle management. There is a life cycle management. You can create a rule which says that okay, my rule name is ABC container hot to cool tier. This is what rule I am giving a name. Whatever rule. Do you want to apply all the storage? No, I want to limit the filter the storage. Okay. So let me apply the also storage first and how it looks like. I'll go for the for the what will be the blob type. It will be blob or pen blob. What do you want to apply? I want to apply on blob, right? And base, I don't want to disturb the versions and a snapshot. I want to base blob only. Then if the condition is here, if the last modified date, if anyone have modified the file last time is more than 30 days, nobody have touched the file, nobody have modified the file for 30 days, then convert this file to my cool storage from the hot storage to make it cool storage. This is what I will do it automatically. So let's say that this file which I have right now in my storage account, this file is hot tier and nobody uses for 30 days, it will automatically get converted to cool tier. Why? Because I feel that nobody's wanted to use that file. Make sense, guys? Yes, yes.
So in that time, 15 days around in that time, I have to change the modify the data.
See,
That will
the
be the
reason why we are creating life cycle, the reason is that let's say that this file is I use right now. For might be one day I use it. After one day I won't be going to use at all. The new file we might get created, and this file I'll not get used in new old file. So I just don't want to pay extra. I want to convert this file to hot tier to cool tier so I can save the money,
okay.
right? Same way, if this file is no one touch the file for, let's say that the same rule, I'll go on same rule, right? I'll modify that rule. I'll modify the rule. I'll say that if this blob is more than 180 days, nobody have modified 180 days, then move to archive tier. I am saving the money more. I'm sending the archive tier. Archive tier, I have shown you that this is 10 times cheaper compared to hot tier, right? And after the 1 year, if nobody use the file, that means nobody required that file. So let's say that I'll add another rule. If the blob modified more than 365 days, 1 year, then delete the file. Make sense?
Okay.
So this is what I'm trying to save the money. So it is
Okay.
hot tier file, and it is nobody's using for 30 days. Convert to cool tier. So that I understand. Okay, people are using very less. So let make it available for the people, but make it save the money. We'll convert to cool tier. If let's people are not using for more than 3 months, 180 days, 3 months, then I'll say that okay, move to archive tier. If someone's required, we can retrieve it. But I'll for the compliance purpose, I need to keep store that data. And for the 1 year, I don't require any file anymore. So I'll just automatically get deleted.
Delete.
Yes, makes sense, guys? Any questions so far here? Someone is typing the question, I think. All right, please type the question. Okay, I'll choose it back. All right. So it right now, when I have created a rule, it will apply to entire storage. I want to limit to specific blob file. I want to apply the limit. So I'll say that my file start with let's say that end with logs. So I'll just create start with logs. So I'll be having a file. I'll just give a container conditions and I'll give a log. I'll set the rules, let's say the 30 days, and then delete it. And I'll send that, okay, any logs which is prefix, let's say that, such as that in ABC container, will be having logs, then logs underscore date, log underscore file name, log underscore whatever it will be going to apply on that file only. This is, I'm putting a limitation here, right? This is what I'm putting a limitations here. I'm not disturbing all the file, all the only file which is in the container blob ABC container, and that will be starting with logs file, or I just want to disturb only all the files which is in my container. I'll using that one. Right. I'll just say that A2. Okay. I think I need to provide complete name. Let's say that this will be my output. So it will be going to impact only those files. Why it's not allowing me for only ABC container? Yes, I can provide ABC container. Only ABC container. It will going to impact only ABC container. All the file within ABC container. Make sense, guys? So I can see the code for that. What other things I'm doing right now? This is JSON file codes, right? And I'll just see the container match with ABC anything here. I can put it star, or I can save it anything here, which is matching with any ABC. Right? These are questions I think. Whatever file which you already have uploaded, or which existing uploaded or new uploaded, it this rule will be get applied to all container. This rule which we are creating right now will be get applied to all the file which is present and which is not changed from last 30 days of creation. Let's say that last modified date is today's date, yesterday's date, sorry, today is 13. This is last 2 days back data I have uploaded. So it will modify, it will check the modified date. If it is less more than 30 days, then it will archive that year. It doesn't matter it's newly uploaded or old uploaded, it will impact, it will apply for all the files which I have defined in the rules. Only thing is that it will check the modified date. Right, Mahesh? Is it what you have a question and your answers? You got your answer? Okay, perfect. All right, let's back to your storage account, cool tier, performance tier. We have talked about the cycle, and this is a recommendation that this is not obligations. This is just a Microsoft recommendation that the put data which is you want to don't want to use more than 180 days, or you are not going to use one more than 180 days, then put it in archive tier. If you are not going to use last 30 days, then go for the cool tier. And you are if you are frequently using a data, keep it in a hot tier infrared format, right? All right, this is what we already have seen. Access policy, we can read, write a file, we can give a permissions to access policy. This is generally used by some developers, right? This is what file I have given, and some application need to work on that file, but they just need to read it. They should not modify the file. What I'll do that I'll be creating I'll be creating where by creating no, this not this one. Acquire release ASCII property. I think that is access policy. Right, here is access policy. So I will be creating a new rule identifier or for entire storage access policy immutable. I'll just creating a rule that I'll be say the identifier will be uh, W so application. This will be identifier, and for this identifier I'll be giving permission to read list. That is only permission he will have it, and a start date and a stop date I'll just create identifier. And after creating identifier, someone is using that identifier for as a WC application for his in his application, that will put a limitations for only read and list. You can see here that that's also it's applicable for retention based time hook connections. So let's say that I just wanted to put it 10 days retentions and allow to protect read write. So this will, if anyone is using this file, okay, this file with this identifier, it won't allow to change or anything for the 10 days. Right now is unlocked. Once someone is acquired, it will be locked. Policy will get applied. It won't able to do the change. I know this is a pretty complicated. Don't worry right now. Once you see the applications, you will find out the access policy over there. So this they totally depend on applications, what application you are building up, or might be your developer building up application. It's totally depend on them, right? All right. So this is all about access policy. So provide additional level control over the server side SAS key, whatever SAS key you have generated, you will provide access control over there. Right, pricing, you can check it out, guys. I don't want to. Pricing keep changing based on the region, which we already have talked about last time when we were talking about the virtual machine. So you can check it out the different pricing. Uh, Blob storage is pretty cheap compared to the file share. File share, we also saw that we have mounted that file system on our laptop. Okay, just last thing which I want to show in the file share. Okay, who's there? All right. The last thing which I want to show in the file share, if you create a file share, right, we know that how to mount the Windows. We click on connect options and we'll see the Windows option. If it is you are using a Linux machine or you want to mount on the Linux, you required a SMB client. SMB client, let me spell it out. SMB client to mount on your Linux machine. SMB SMB client file on your Linux machine. So So this will be a command called SMB client, which will show you that what are the files you has been mounted. No, this is not this one. Let me show you that right one. Yep. we are going for assembly client doing the ls, we'll come to know that what are the files we have mounted over there. I just want to see that from the outside how it looks like. Yep, this is assembly client, and you will list -l. It will show you that what are the files you have mounted from the location, shared location. HR data, VC office, share accounts, what are things you are mounted on the Linux machine, you will use that. And for the mounting on the Linux machine, you require CIFS package on the Linux machine. CIFS package on the Linux machine, right? And how do you going to mount that? You can simply go on this, run this command. First thing, it will create a directory in the mnt folder. Always all Linux machine have mnt folder. In the mnt folder it will create a hr directory. Okay, if it is not there, it will create hr directory. Mkdir will be command for creating a directory. It is creating a directory. If you already have a directory, you can simply run this command. Which command? Da, 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 da. This command, cifs mount. Mount happens mount happen t. T is defined for type. CIFS file system, which I was talking about, you required a CIFS package on your laptop or on your Linux machine. CIFS package, the mount happen t CIFS package. Then this is your source location and file share which you are talking about. This is class demo.file.co.windows.net, and the content as file share name is HR data, and you are mounting on the Linux in the /mnt/HR data. This is actual command, but with actual command you require to provide a credentials. So here you are passing a credentials, but since you are not passing in line, you are passing through the directory. So you are created a folder etc smb credential, and this is what you are keeping stored your credential over here. So this file you are creating here, you are providing a password, and there will be username also. Where is username? This is the username and password. Make sense? This is how you mount on the Linux file, and you are sending permanent mount on the FS tab, so it will be always mount. So this is what we use, that CDFS tab. All right. Macintosh is still pretty simple. You will use the SMB client again. SMB client, path, username, password, and the path where you have kept your data. This is just pretty simple. And Macintosh. All right. Any doubt, guys? I know Linux one is pretty complex, but if you are Linux background, you will come to know it's very pretty easy script. No questions? Perfect. I'm audible or not? Yes, my mic is on. Now, next thing is that you need to understand what's difference between blob and file share, which we already have done yesterday. That I have drawn a table how what kind of a data will be in the container storage and the blob storage, right? Since we don't have a recording, I'll just quickly do that so you will have in a recording. So this is my storage, and this is my container, and this will be file share. Simple thing is that both will be go over the internet. This will be also internet, this will be also internet. If I'm mounting my laptop or desktop or any server, I'm using any file. This is a file I'm using on a streaming data, which is go over the HTTPS protocol, port 443. And this, if someone want to access it, here they you are going to use a browser. Here we are using as a Z drive, X drive, or we are simply I can say that F drive, whatever drive you say that we are using as a drive later. We call it map drive. We call it this one is a map drive. Alright, this will be connect same over the internet. The file share will be get connected over the internet and mapped as a drive. And this communication will happen over CIFS protocol, or you can simply say the SMB protocol. That's required port number 445. So this is what a difference. Uh, Generally, file share is used for lift and shift applications, right? It is used to store across the same data, share the same data across the multiple virtual machine, and it is used by many operating system for keeping a debugging logs, tools, everything. They are using that. They are using SMB interface and client libraries to get access the data. This will be get through the over internet, and it support the streaming and random access scenario, and that can be accessed from anywhere. The blob storage. Any doubt, guys? So far, any doubt?
No, sir.
Perfect. Shirvanti have don't no doubt. Mahesh no doubt. Kiran, Ravindra have no doubt. Kiran, Shravan, okay, good. Now moving to next slide, which is talking about how to upload the data. We have already seen that how to mount. We are saying that ensure that 445 is port open should be port open. Guys, again I'm saying that please understand what is IP and protocol. What is IP, port, and protocol? This is you need to understand, otherwise it will be really tough to understand. I have given a link which is have explained very beautifully, so please read that one. I think I have given very long back recently. Yep, this one I have given one. So please read this one. She have explained very well why we required port number, what is port number, and why we required port number. If you just go and details, where is that article? Continue reading. Okay, I need to sign in. Alright, I'll not sign in right as of now, but if you have to just sign in, and I might be already existing member for that. Alright, let it be. You guys can check it out your own. Port difference between ports and protocols. Alright, okay. So sometimes virtual machine doesn't support secure transfer. By default, your machine will always work on HTTPS by default. But sometimes you require to disable the security. Where you can disable that security? So you have to go on configuration. Can you see that configuration? Yes. Here you can find out secure transfer is by default enabled. You can disable that one. But it is strongly not recommended to go for disabling the secure transfer. Always use HTTPS secure transfer, right? And also You can set your TLS version. Guys, you need to understand what is TLS version. This is a encryption version. You need to understand when we are having the secure transfer, the secure transfer have some TLS cipher suit that will be use the some TLS version. Generally 1.0, 1.0 is old one. Nobody use that. That have a lot of security issues. Then it came 1.1. It is also have little less but still have a security issues. And people nowadays are using 1.2, which is strongly recommended. Go for minimum 1.2 TLS versioning. Alright. So whenever you upload a data that get uploaded into hot tier, you can change the default format to cool tier. Default format to cool tier. Whenever I upload the data, that should be hot tier, cool tier. And this is what we already yesterday talked about. Replications. I'll just save it. This one. Okay. Snapshot. This is one of a good point which I have missed out. I'll cover it quickly. So guys, you uploaded some data and you are wanted to do the some major changes. You are going to do the major changes on that file. So you are not sure that changes will impact your data or not. So what you have to do, you have to just create a snapshot. The snapshot, once you created snapshot, okay. Why this is says that you cannot perform these operations? Guys, you remember why it's saying that you cannot perform these operations? Because we have locked with access policies for 10 days. So we need to edit locks and make it for at least 1 day. No, we cannot do anything. We have to choose another option. Once you locked it, it won't be able to use it. Unlocked it. You cannot change the lock policy. Okay, I'll create a new container. Alright, I have uploaded some data. And let me go and see the data. What is there inside? Some of a file we can easily read by edit options in a text format. So this is what we have a zoom link. Let's say that this is a crucial file. Let's say that this is a crucial file, and I'm going to do the changes, or I am going for the major changes. So what I'll do that I'll just take and create a snapshot of that file. I have taken a snapshot. Now if someone do the changes on the file, let's go and change the file. For the file Ganesh, and he have done removed a few lines, deleted this. Because of this he have done mistake, so he will I have deleted my data, right? I want to do get it, uploading again. This is a file. It says that okay, this file is already there. I overwrite this file, upload it. So now if I go and see the data file, the data got deleted, which is important data for me. Now since I already have taken a snapshot, I'll click on that, click on view snapshot, and I'll see that I have old records which I have taken a snapshot on the before that, and I want to restore that file. I'll just click that and promote the snapshot and make it a live file. Now if I click it, and go to edit, you will find out your data got restored. Make sense? On a snapshot, snapshot is nothing but a backup. But the difference between this kind of a backup is you have to take manually. It is cannot be auto scheduled. It is a kind of snapshot is kind of when you are doing going for major activity and your backup will be in night. So you just don't want to take a risk. You just take a snapshot. Make sense, guys? Any question on the snapshot? Any question on snapshot, guys? Perfect. Perfect, Shravan. Alright. It's a kind of backup, but it's not actually backup. It's a snapshot. Snapshot is we generally say that temporary or ad hoc backup. Okay, once I have done restored, I don't want to pay extra for snapshot. Right? If I click on view snapshot, I can see that I have existing data which I am paying for it, and I have a snapshot which is also paying for that a snapshot. I don't want to have a snapshot. What I'll do that I'll just select the snapshot and delete the snapshot if I don't want to maintain that snapshot. Right? Now, if someone do the changes, I won't be able to restore my data. I have to take it another snapshot if I want to do changes. So this is what I have created a new snapshot. Alright. Sometimes you require to compare original data and snapshot data. So you can download original data by clicking here and download the original data, right? And go to snapshot and download the snapshot. And you can compare the difference between the original data and a snapshot, right? And I'll just do it one thing. I'll delete the snapshot. Let me go on configuration side. Configuration side and look for where is that one? Not in configuration, might be in data protection. Where's data protections? Data protection. Yep. So I'm right now enabling the version for the blobs. So what I've done, I have enabled the versioning of blobs. So currently, if I go and upload the data, the versioning won't apply to existing data. It should be get applied on the new data. So let me delete the snapshot also and upload the data. If I click it here, go to view snapshot and click on version, you can see that one first version has been created. This is a version. So whatever I do the changes, let's say that I go for the changes, I'll do some changes on the file. It will be automatically maintain my versions record. Right, I'll go here and look for the view snapshot and go on version. You will find out that two different files will be there. So it will automatically maintaining my version. The more version I maintain, the more cost I will going to pay for that. So let's say that the older version, which is at this timing, 39 second or this is 58 second. If I want to see that data, I can have it the version. Okay, I'll make it this public. First, let me make the URL public access level so I can see that. I'll be having this file, and you can see that here is some version ID will also get attached. I just click out here and I can see, okay, query is not supported. Why? Alright, I think access level is done. Okay. So I can do one thing. I can download the file. Download this version. Now I can see the data. Can you see the data is having complete my detail? And this is version 0. Now let me see the newer version file and I'll click on download and you'll see the difference between the versions. This is the older version, this is a newer version. So I can maintain all the files version, but that will going to cost me extra amount, lot of amount. And since I don't want to pay the extra, what I can do that if I can limit my versions or I can keep deleting my versions. So what I'll do that I want to restore my file. So this is my older version file which is a right file. So I'll be make it current version. So I'll just restore it. So I'll have created file which is called current version. This one, where is that one? This one is the current version. 30 timing is that 11. Let's see that this one and click on this. After deleting, I have restored my file. Can you see that? This is part of the snapshot, but I'm maintaining automatically versions. All edits will be maintaining the versions. Make sense, guys? Difference between snapshot and versions. Simply snapshot, you need to take manual snapshot. Version, every edit will be get created one version. Perfect. All right, guys. Uh, this is what I have done. Versioning snapshot. This is new feature. Versioning is new feature. Storage security and durability. We have seen that what is LRS, local redundancy storage, ZRS, GRS, and RAGRS. We have seen this one. So LRS. This. Okay, any question is there? I think no questions. Perfect. Let me make it full screen. This LRS. This LRS and ZRS, this will be within the same region. This will be in the same region. And this GRS and RAGRS will be cross region. There will two cross regions. So this will be in the same data center. This will be in a three different data center but the same region. Make sense, guys? Alright. So I just give it that LRS will keep a three copies within a same data center. Let me zoom the screen. LRS will keep a three replicas within a same data center, single zone, single region. ZRS will keep a three replicas, three different zone, multi-region, but single region. Three different zones, but single region, right? And there is another called GRS. GRS will keep a six copies across two regions. Each region will have a three copies. I believe this is clear for you. Next go. How the failover happened. That's okay. That is a good one. I can show it quickly. Let's understand GRS. So this is my storage account.blob.co.net, that I don't know the public IP. I don't know the public IP, but that public IP is maintained by Azure DNS. So there will be public IP of West US. This is my primary region. The West US is my primary region as of now. I'm all the data I'm putting here accessing data. When you go for the geo replications, when you enable the geo replication, it will start replicating data in your pair region. That could be issues, right? And if in case the primary region goes down, any disaster happen, flood, earthquake, hurricane, or storm, anything happen, the entire data center goes down. Azure, what Azure do that, they don't do the URL change. They don't do provide URL change. URL will be similar URL. They just update failover and update the DNS new public IP of East US. You will having same URL, and that you will not feel any impact on your application. Make sense? So failover happen on existing URL. Don't need to provide a new URL to applications. Application will have a same URL. Failover trigger automatically by MS. We cannot perform failover, but we can test it out failover. There is a failover test out option is there. The replication is asynchronous replications, so which means that you can lose some data possibly. Any questions how the GRS works? Any questions on GRS, guys? Perfect, Shravan. Thank you, Ravindra. All right. And we also talk about the RAGRS. RAGRS will provide secondary URL on for read only purpose, and that will be you can read and perform read actions over the secondary region. This is all about high availability. If you are using LRS, ZRS, and GRS, you will get 99.9 99.9 high availability SLA, and for read action you will get 99.9 RAGRS. SAS key, we have seen the SAS key, temporary generation of a SAS key. So SAS key will be allowed to limit the access, read, write, and time frame. What are the access you want to give it? Read, write, permissions, and the time frame between. So you can have access. So let me demonstrate quickly again. If you have any doubt over here, any questions here? All right. So let me go to Azure portal. I'll be having this file, and I'll be creating SAS key for it. I'll just keep this SAS key today itself. Today is 13, and I'll keep it time called 4:53, 52. Let's keep 52. 1 minute. I'll generate the key, and after generating a key, I'll accessing my page, so I can see the data. Let's wait for the 1 minute. Same URL, which right now I can access the data. I can open again and put it a paste. I can see the data. After 1 minute, same URL which we have right now will use it after 1 minute. Since I keep it expiry for only 1 minute 53, once become a 53, we'll see that the difference whether it will be accessible or not. Just wait for 1 second. Alright, we already crossed the time. Let's check it out with our URL. I'll go in incognito and let me try to access the file, and it says that your authentication failed. Same URL which is 1 minute before was able to access it, now it got expired, and it says that your expiry was this timing and current time is this one, so you cannot access the data. Make sense, guys?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. All right, encryptions. By default, Azure provide encryption. What is encryptions? So encryption is nothing but, let's say that I am keeping a data in my this laptop. This file you can read it. Quickly you can read it, right? But if someone steal my hard disk and try to connect hard disk in his computer, if he tries to connect in this computer and he will open my hard disk, it won't able to see my data. It will be all encrypted. It will, if we try to open it, it won't make sense any file. So that is called encryptions. So someone, if since we are uploading our data, since we are uploading our data in Azure storage account, right? And after uploading storage account, someone we can say that okay, this is my crucial data, bank data, or my company data. Azure people can read that data. No, they cannot read the data because my data is by default encrypted, encrypted at rest. So I'll go on encryptions. I'll just show you that encryption side. It says that storage service is encrypted protected data at rest. Whenever the data will be there, your data will be get encrypted. You won't able to see, any person who is in data center won't able to see data at all. They won't able to see data. It is already encryption. But still, you want to manage your own encryption, you can create your own encryption. For that, you need to provide encryption key and password and the URL, so that will encrypt your data. By default, Microsoft encrypt your data, that you doesn't require to encrypt. But if still you don't trust on Microsoft, you can encrypt your own data. Any questions on the encryptions, guys? On the encryptions, why we use encryptions, and what is Microsoft server-side encryption, and what is custom encryptions? Perfect, Mahesh. Anyone else have a questions on that encryptions? I know if it is complicated, do ask me the questions on the WhatsApp also, or if when you are revising, if you have any doubt on encryption, please ask me, or any doubt other doubt. So let's go to presentation. So protect your data for the security and compliance purpose. Automatically encryption and decrypt all your data on a REST side, Azure side, and that encryption is get through the 256 AC encryptions. This is this is auto enabled for all storage account. You cannot disable the encryptions. Another type of encryption is that you can bring your own key. for encryption rather than using Microsoft key. So you will use a server own encryption key, a customer key, and you will provide your keyword, you provide your encryption data, and you will get stored over there. I think that's it on Azure Storage account. We have covered most of the topics. Is one topic which I haven't covered, that is my static website. This is static website. I will cover later on when we are covering networking part or DNS part. I'll not cover right now because it won't make you clarity, won't give you clarity. I'll come back and cover the static website, and one more topic which is the networking. What is a all access network? What is selected as a network? What is private endpoint? What is endpoint? How we can enable firewalls? All the security part of the networking will cover after the covering while covering the networking topics, right? So I'll be come back to my storage account when we are covering networking for the endpoints topic. These two topics are pending from my side, and that will cover along with your DNS and private endpoints. So far, guys, I am giving. There's a lot of topics we have already done. So please, please, please do the